Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of this our show in the Spotlight with Solange. We're still outdoor today because we have someone which is for the outdoor sport from beach volleyball, a former national player, a national coach, and a good friend of mine. Please welcome to David Thomas from Togo.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Solange. It's a pleasure being here this morning.
Okay, well, this is the first time that I have you here on the show. Therefore, I want to know everything about you. So let's start. So, how do you start to play beach volleyball? It was always your favorite sport, or you practiced other sports before?
Well, I actually started with indoor volleyball. At the time I started, beach volleyball wasn't a popular thing in Trinidad and Tobago. You knew of it from television, but it wasn't really practiced in Trinidad and Tobago. Basketball was actually my first favorite. I played that first, and in school, my teacher from, I think it was Antigua, he introduced us to beach volleyball, playing with a football.
Really?
Yes. And I realized that the feeling I get from dunking in basketball, I could get that very often in volleyball with the spiking, so I made the switch.
Okay, so you switches from basketball to beach volleyball or to indoor volleyball?
To indoor volleyball. Okay. I retired from the indoor national volleyball team after making the team for the first time in 1996. I retired in 2000 from indoor volleyball and played beach volleyball from that time to present.
And what was the first team that you played with in the indoor volleyball?
Oh, my first team was a team from Arima called Defenders. From there, I went and formed my own team in Sangivani, where I'm originally from. We were Northeast Warriors. Then we changed it to Conquerors Volleyball Incorporated. So that's my roots there in indoor volleyball.
And you represented the country in international competition?
Yes, I did.
In the indoor volleyball?
Yes, I played on the Caribbean Volleyball Championships. Played my first was Martinique. Then I took a rest from indoor volleyball for about 2 years.
Why?
Because I injured my knee.
Okay.
And came back to play where the Caribbean Championships was held in Trinidad and Tobago. So I wanted to play at home, so I came back.
You came back. So I always wanted to ask you which is harder, like the indoor volleyball or the beach volleyball?
Well, the term harder is relative. You have to tell me harder in
like where you have to train more and you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, well, in all sports, the level of preparation is supposed to be high, right? With beach volleyball, the physical preparation is foremost because you want to be able to execute correctly over and over without studying the fact that the sun is up, you are moving in sand, and the wind is going against you.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be fit. If you are, the fitter you are, is the less you have to worry about the elements and what you can do in it.
The rules of the games are the same in the indoor volleyball and in the beach volleyball?
They are the same with a few minor changes. How you contact the ball, it must not spin. So an indoor, a pass is a pass. The volley, the second play most times, it must not spin, right? So the referee must be able to see where the ball is made from when
Yeah.
you set the ball.
And what about
On the indoor,
the scoring system?
on the indoor, you can get that spin,
Uh-huh.
right? As well as there are no substitutions, right? If your partner gets injured, I'm sorry, your tournament is over.
In the beach volleyball?
In beach
Seriously?
volleyball, yes. Just
Okay.
recently in the
So you cannot
CAC
play by
games,
yourself?
no, you cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, at the
Interesting.
CAC games, Costa Rica's team, one of their players got injured walking down the steps at the hotel and didn't play a game because there are no substitutes.
Seriously?
You can only change a player before the technical meeting.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, with regards to the scoring, how it is?
Well, in indoor volleyball, you score up to 25 or 2 play after that. In beach volleyball, you score up to 21 and 2 play after that. Beach volleyball is 2 sets of volleyball. Indoor is 5 sets, right? After 2 sets, if you have 1-1, you play a third set up to 15 points. In indoor volleyball, if you have a score of 2 sets to 2 sets, you play a final set of 15 points.
So, how popular was volleyball then, when you started to play?
Well, after it was introduced somewhere in 1994, 1993, somewhere there, they started to have some 4-side tournaments up at Thomas Beach. Subsequent to that, they started the 2-side. We had a sponsor that would facilitate us having tournaments twice for the month, sometimes 3 times for the month.
Really?
Yes, it was start.
Local tournament or international
Yes,
tournament?
local tournament. And it was fairly lucrative at that time, where they gained a first prize of $3,000. Now it's different. Now you don't have that facility, you have a lot of work to do in that respect.
So the same facility that you all had in Maracas does not exist anymore?
No, we don't have a sponsor for our beach volleyball tournaments.
So you need to have a sponsor to practice beach volleyball?
To practice? No,
Or
not
to play
practice.
or to organize a tournament?
No, well, we run tournaments,
To run the tournament?
right? But in relation to the fact that I'm making of it being lucrative then, you don't have that now.
So, in terms of development, are you associated with the Volleyball Association?
Yes, I am. I am currently the head coach of the development program.
So, right. So, what volleyball is doing in terms of development, in terms to bring new people to the sport, to identify talent?
Well, over the years, it has always been my passion to have beach volleyball tournaments where you have 20 teams, 25 teams of all different ages, all different levels. That is, within recent time, has started to become a reality. I have been with the national program for about 3 years recently. Previous to that, I was there for a 2-year stint, right? But it has been 3 years since I came back into coaching at the national level for beach volleyball, and that is my major aim. Right now we have about 21, I counted on Thursday, 21 athletes that are under 23 years of age, training at the facility across there, Tribuna State Park, and the program has been started. That was the 3rd day. Last week Thursday was the 3rd day since the program has started. Right, we have teams that were to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Youth World Championships last year. One of the teams got to do that. The others, with the financial problems, were not able to attend the event. Right, as you may know that the Youth Olympics, we had a female team representing Trinidad and Tobago at that event, and that was last year. So things are being put in place to have beach volleyball more public,
No public.
more people involved, create tournaments, fun activities for anyone.
Yeah. So the fact that it is a beach sport, basically, how do you all manage to take the sport to the schools, the primary schools?
All right. Well, as a national,
Well, I know the schools in Togo don't have any problem,
Right.
obviously.
so that's how I was going to address your question. In Togo, a couple years ago when they started the community programs in primary schools, we had endeavored to have a beach volleyball tournament, a mini beach volleyball tournament. We had 9 teams, so that is 6 schools were involved, but the amount of teams that we had were 9.
9. Okay.
And the event was a success. My school didn't win, which was a good thing for the sport, because if my school had won, they would
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
well, he's a coach, but my school did not win the tournament, so that showed that the entry of the sport into the primary schools is a very motivational thing, and it should be upheld. With my new post as head coach developmental, it's my aim to get beach volleyball into, I want to start with the Chaguanas primary schools. Since we have the sand court right here,
Yeah.
we want to go along that way. And that is my aim within the next year, to at least have Chaguanas primary schools involved in beach volleyball. The schools along our coastline, get them involved, so that sometime in the future we can have a national mini beach volleyball tournament.
Well, we are going to take a short break. Stay tuned to this our program in the Spotlight with Solange. We're going to be back shortly to continue chatting with the former national player and national coach David Thomas from Beach Volleyball Sports. Welcome back to our program in the Spotlight with Solange. The program, remember, where you start unknown and finish unforgettable. We are going to continue chatting with the former national player and coach, now national coach David Thomas. So you were saying that you wanted to introduce beach volleyball in the primary schools, and you have a program going on here in Chaguanas. But you live in Toco.
Yes.
So how do you manage to come from Toco to Chaguanas?
Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, the transportation system is fairly established. The only challenge I have is on returning to Togo at about 9 o'clock. Transportation, official transportation, doesn't exist, so I would have to pay extra to get home from the private entities that exist at that.
Are you receiving any stipend, or are you affiliated with the Ministry of Sport or sport company?
Well, as I said, I'm with the Trinidad and Tobago Volleyball Federation. Basically, I'm hired by them. I receive a stipend, or on paper, that is. The program has just started, and they said I will be.
You will be paid eventually.
Right? The stipend facilitates me coming to Chaguanas 8 times a month, which is not very good, but I do come more than that. Right?
Because you love the sport.
Because of my love for the sport.
Okay, well, as an athlete now, how challenging was for you to get your equipment, to go international competition, to come training?
Well, my experience as an athlete is actually what drives me to support and educate the younger ones now to be a part of this. When I was an athlete, we had nothing resembling a training session. I basically coached myself, did physicals, come serve some
So you
balls.
didn't have any coach or any
No.
support, any
No.
development program?
No, basically, you wanted to win at the weekend tournaments I spoke about earlier. You do your preparation, however you can, however, right?
But I must say that I did make some research about you, and you are well known in the Caribbean. Actually, you received an award as a King of the Caribbean, right?
Not Caribbean,
Well,
that's Trinidad.
Or Trinidad. But anyway, it's a good recognition to you, but it's unbelievable that someone with so much skills and so much passion and dedication to the sport achieve all that without any support, without any backup.
Yeah, well, you would have received a measure of support from the federation in terms of getting us to the events. Over the years and within recent past, the sport company would have come on board and would have given that support to the current athletes, which is very good. But there are some aspects that are still lacking, and we are working on trying to sort it out so that the athletes will be more mentally prepared and mentally balanced to face the opposition, because you can't have an athlete going to play in an international competition worrying about meals, worrying about where they are going to stay, worrying about home.
So when you used to go to international competition, you used to travel with a coach or a manager or just you and your partner?
Unfortunately, it still exists where teams travel by themselves.
So there is nobody to
Even-
coach you to analyze your game, your
Well,
mistakes.
Within the last 3 years, to be honest, as I said, I am trying to give the new athletes what I didn't have. So I will take my personal money to travel with the teams from time to time. I can't do it every tour. But from time to time, at key points in their development, I will go to see what needs to be done, how they match up. And those outings are of course beneficial to the athletes and to myself, so that subsequent to those actions where I pay for myself, and well, last year sport company came on and paid for a few, the athletes would have progressed even to even receive a medal at the Nausicaa Championships,
Yeah.
which is something that I wasn't even close to doing.
Well, that is not bad after all. Is beach volleyball an Olympic sport?
Yes, it is.
And what is the qualification? How do you qualify to go to Olympics?
Well, last Olympic cycle, they came up with a concept where countries play against each other to qualify for the Olympics from this region. You have two teams from each country, the number one team, number two team. Your number one plays the other team's number two, and vice versa. If you win those two games, you proceed to the next round.
To the next round. Okay.
So last Olympic cycle, Trinidad and Tobago, which is not public knowledge, I think, we lost at the semi-final round of qualification for the Olympics. And I will put it that we lost because, as I said before, there was no coach there.
No coaching.
Yes, we had an opportunity that I cannot see it being real, but we had to play a golden set, which is up to 15 points. We were ahead 14-10 and lost 16-14.
Seriously?
Seriously. Right? But I will just say, we could say it's the athletes. But at the end of the
But
day,
you needed proper
if
coaching.
there was a coach there or somebody else to say, hey, do this, you would have had a chance to go to the final round and you would have, it might have had three
Yes.
individuals from Tokyo at the Olympics, Keyshawn and those two boys, right? So
And is there any particular reason why you all do not have coaches? You have like coaching certificates in place,
well,
coaching programs.
finance is always the
And
first thing that we highlight. In beach volleyball, for international competitions, they pay for everything for the players, right? Players get accommodation, meals, everything. However, the coaches has to be financed either by the federation or by themselves. The organizers don't cater for them.
Really?
No, they don't. On the indoor side, when you register for a tournament, they cater for coaches, everybody. But on the beach volleyball side, it's not. However, the teams that are ahead in terms of beach volleyball, the USA, the Canada, the Cuba, the Puerto Rico, the Mexico, their coaches are on every tour, even though they are not paying for the coaches. So that's something that we need to look at as a country if we want to progress in this sport. And in reality, beach volleyball is the only real opportunity we have, that is volleyball has, of getting a volleyball team to the Olympics.
To the Olympics. Do you know how many beach volleyball exist in the country? Do you have any idea?
How
Any,
many?
any beach volleyball coaches?
Oh, well, it depends on what you use as your benchmark. There is a course that is offered, a diploma course in beach volleyball, coaching beach volleyball. In the country, there are 3 of us who did that course, and there are some others who would have done some grassroots coaching courses. Officially, on my judgment, I would say we have about 9 qualified beach volleyball coaches in the country.
Well, but that is not bad.
But an indoor coach could also coach beach volleyball. And an ex-player can coach beach volleyball. It's all about, you change your program to suit.
What do you think needs to be done to get more people involved in beach volleyball and to get more international exposure?
Well, to get more people involved, we have to have more events in the public side.
Yeah.
Because even recently we had a selection tournament going on here in Chagonas for 5 days, and we are yet to see spectators because it hasn't been marketed. The public don't know it exists, right? And it's our duty as the organization, the beach volleyballers I'm speaking about here, to market ourselves. Because, as I said, back in the day when I used to play beach volleyball, Chagonas is filled, Maracas is filled, whichever beach we went to had a following. So we just need to work on these things to get it back to where it was and move on from there.
And on the international, can you tell me something about the image of Trinidad and Tobago as a country on the international arena?
Well, within the last few years, Trinidad and Tobago is a feared team. Before you get Trinidad and Tobago in your group, they say, okay, that's a win. Now, countries don't want Trinidad and Tobago in their group.
So we're getting tougher.
Because the only way some countries can beat us now is by us making errors.
Okay.
Which what I'm doing as a coach now is eliminating the amount of errors that we make. So the fear will be stronger this year. The tournament, the tour starts in Cayman Islands on the 20-something of April. So we are now feared as a beach volleyball country.
So currently there is a national team.
Yeah, we have senior teams. Right?
Composed of how many players?
Well, because this year is an Olympic qualifying league, we recently selected 2 teams to participate in the Olympic qualifiers next month.
Okay. Where
Right,
will
that's
be?
the first round. I am not sure. By the end of today, I will know where it is. There's a meeting going on right now that will give me that information at the end. Right. So we have 2 women teams, 2 male teams preparing for that tournament.
Okay. So you'll have funding allocated for that already
On paper.
on paper. Well, we are hoping to get the funding to
Yeah.
send the team. Okay. Well, is there anything that you would like to say to the national community based on your experiences,
Yeah. Well,
to the youngers?
we have great opportunities now. We have great opportunities now for young people to get involved in the sport of beach volleyball. Trinidad and Tobago has qualified for the World Championships for the past 2 years. Under 17, listen to the ages properly. Under 17, under 19, under 21. So if you listen carefully, those age groups will cater for many of you out there. We are at Shagona State Park on a Tuesday and a Thursday evening from 6 p.m. Come out, give yourself a chance. You could be the next national team, no matter your age.
And you can be in the Olympics. Okay, well, it's now time to wrap up, but before, we have a funny question on the set here that each guest must say something in Spanish.
Ciao.
But I know that you know Spanish, therefore I'm going to change the language. Can you say something in Chinese? Say something in Chinese because I know you speak Spanish.
Oh.
So,
I believe the only thing I can say is good morning, Shishing.
Chichen? Eh, good morning, Chichen. Ni hao, ni hao. It's ni hao. Ni hao.
Ni hao is
I think
good.
ni hao is thank you.
Yeah.
Gracias. Okay, folks. Well, that is it for today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Remember to stay tuned for another edition of this our program in the Spotlight with Solange. Until I see you again, be good, be happy, be blessed. Remember to stay tuned for another edition again of this our program in the Spotlight with Solange, the program where you start unknown and finish unforgettable. See you. Ciao.